Anno Mutationem is Lightning Games' newest release on the Nintendo Switch, but this game was previously released on both the PC and PlayStation consoles a few months back. This true-to-nature 2D game with gorgeous pixel art blends itself into a 3D world with a robust set of environments, all infused with a cyberpunk aesthetic that's not easily shaken off. It instantly managed to capture your attention and proceeds to wrap you into its lively world's web of mystery. You play as Anne, who's something of a bartender/mercenary in the big city, open to taking on jobs that get her information that she needs to get the answers as to where her brother actually is. She's always ready to put her skills to the test, which is why she's taken on quite a ride with the sheer amount of variety of jobs that you'll be doing in the game, which is not shy about throwing mini games at you and one after another as you have something else to do in the big city. There's literally something to do just about everywhere you go, and believe me, there's plenty of spots, each with their very unique characters to interact with and stories to learn about the continually expanding world that you're discovering. This is also something of a downside to the game where after a while the story feels a bit disjointed. You can also go long stretches of time doing odd jobs and doing quests or even taking on missions, and the main story just kinda gets lost all in the noise. Maybe a little progression here is made, maybe something is hinted at over there. It certainly loves to take its time. While being an action-adventure game in its nature, there's of course plenty of RPG elements included, and they help this fast action combat shine even more. You can swap between several attack types on the fly, be it light, heavy, specials, ranged weapons, and other type of weapons that are constantly keeping you engaged in how to choose to interact with the hefty variety of enemies thrown at you in any encounter. With that said though, you can certainly be overwhelmed by taking on too many enemies at once, which can spell disaster if you're not too careful, so knowing when to back out and even enemy prioritization can be important in some given situations. Make sure to remember that the dodge button is certainly your friend, and also making use of the environment, especially in combat, is certainly going to be a key to victory. Boss fights bring with it their very own unique mechanics, as well as some can be extremely grueling if you're not too good at reading their attack patterns and knowing when to punish. Both normal enemies and bosses drop different currencies to make yourself even stronger. They're splitting up the stat boosting formats that many other games have done in the past. I spent all of my time playing this on the Nintendo Switch Lite, and I can tell you that the game looks stellar even on that tiny screen, so I can only assume that it looks amazing on the OLED and even better. I also had previously played the game on PC, which is some of the footage being shown, and that version is fantastic as well. There's very little to complain about in that regard. Although the performance on the Nintendo Switch is good, you do have to understand that the backgrounds can seem a little fuzzy in some areas and obviously not as sharp as in the foreground or in comparison with other consoles. Anno Mutationem is a fantastic game that does cyberpunk right, with a fast fluid combat that doesn't disappoint. However, the same can't be said about its disjointed story and poor pacing that leaves a lot to be desired. Nintendo Sphere gives Anno Mutationem on the Nintendo Switch a 7.5 out of 10. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.